Now it's become very clear since WrestleMania 41 that Seth Rollins is really being positioned as a top guy in WWE, with Seth aligning with Paul Heyman, unveiling a new dominant faction with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and then winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match since his big win over Punk and Reigns at the Showcase of the Immortals. However, while Seth Rollins has always been around the top of the card in WWE, and certainly one of the top guys, Seth has never before been the guy. That spot was always taken by another star like Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. But if what WWE legend Matt Hardy revealed on his podcast is true, the company are currently positioning Seth Rollins as the guy in WWE for the first time in his career, with Seth basically being positioned as the face of the company, with Matt Hardy revealing, quote, "And I said this when we discussed last week, I like Naomi winning. You know what I mean? I do like that. I think she's someone who deserves it. She's someone who can be the flag bearer of the division." So, I'm totally cool with that, and I'm happy for her, on a personal level, that she won. She's someone who's definitely deserving, so I'm totally good with that. And the Seth Rollins thing is fine. I like the fact that, we thought it was a red herring. I thought they would use this to elevate someone else. But they really have all of their momentum behind Seth Rollins right now, and they're gonna do everything they can to make Seth Rollins the guy. Honestly, with guys like John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton all likely retiring soon, in Cena's case he will be retired by the end of the year, it's not surprising that WWE are wanting to push a guy like Seth Rollins. Seth's still only 39, which is actually still pretty young, especially considering stars like LA Knight and Damian Priest are just hitting their prime in their late 30s and early 40s, and Seth likely still has another 5 full-time years left in him, so WWE can be confident pushing Seth Rollins knowing that he'll be sticking around for the long haul. Now, despite remaining one of the most popular superstars in WWE, LA Knight's recent booking has been called into question by many fans, with a prime example being the fact that lots felt like LA Knight deserved to win Money in the Bank this year over Seth Rollins, who's already a well-established star. And there is now speculation that one possible reason for LA Knight's recent lackluster booking is due to the fact that the megastar has backstage heat in WWE, with former wrestler Disco Inferno pointing out on the Keepin' It 100 podcast that he knows several WWE agents have gotten frustrated with LA Knight, with Knight apparently doing too much indie stuff, revealing, quote, "Bro, I know that a lot of the agents, they get frustrated with this guy because he goes out there and does the indie stuff too many times. You know what I'm saying? It's like the guy is got top guy potential, but doesn't want to do the top guy things enough. Instead, he tries to do his own. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those. But he's still super over. The guy's getting over despite what they give him. And bro, the guy still constantly gets his shtick in. They're giving the guy mic work every week. So, he's fine. He can easily get in a program with somebody. He'll never get buried unless they just beat him like a drum. But you can't beat him like a drum because he's too good on the mic. You know what I'm saying? For a 42-year-old guy, he's in actually a pretty good spot right now. We're not exactly sure what indie stuff Disco Inferno is referring to when it comes to LA Knight having heat backstage, but it does make sense if Knight has had a bit of heat on him behind the scenes, as that's really the only valid explanation regarding why his booking has been so inconsistent lately, and also why WWE dropped the ball with Knight at Money in the Bank. There's some truly unfortunate news to share with you guys regarding WWE superstar Alexa Bliss, as Bliss had taken to her social media earlier today to reveal that her cousin Vanessa had sadly passed away after a lengthy battle with cancer, with Alexa taking to Twitter and mourning her loss by saying, quote, "The strongest fighter and most positive girl I know. My cousin Vanessa. I'll miss you and I love you. Until we meet again." Now we here at The Sports Entertainer send our deepest condolences to Alexa Bliss, her family and friends during this unbelievably sad time. Rest in peace, Vanessa. Now, despite the fact that WWE have quite literally just brought RTruth back to the company after releasing him a couple weekends ago, there is already speculation beginning to go around that RTruth won't be sticking around in WWE for very long, and could ultimately be getting released again. While Raw Truth Killings has been a major focal point of WWE television since his return at Money in the Bank last Saturday, Former 30-year WWE employee Tommy Carlucci stated that while RTruth is going to be getting a big push in the immediate future, he feels Truth's run could wrap up by WrestleMania 42 next April, possibly suggesting that WWE had only signed RTruth for one more year, revealing, quote, "Ron Killings invented himself. One of the best things that happened, we mentioned this Monday, was his entrance. He bull-guarded, jumped over the railing, came onto the announce desk. It wasn't a regular music entrance. And then with people going on, I loved the way he did it. His promo was incredible. He's going to reinvent himself. He's going to get a big push. Maybe he will be a big part of John Cena turning back to babyface, just talking to him and doing stuff. But, actually, coach, I can see him winning the Royal Rumble. Yes, I could see that happening. Yes, I think he is going to stick around till 2026. I think his last hurrah will be WrestleMania, and maybe he's out by then. But they're going to jump on him big time right now. He's hot. Now, to be completely honest, while we personally feel like WWE should have signed RTruth to another long-term contract after the outpouring of support from the wrestling community after he was released, we wouldn't at all be surprised if WWE and TKO only signed Truth to a short-term deal, like a year, for example, basically to make the most out of all the hype surrounding Truth right now, but that the companies still don't have long-term plans for him, meaning that Ron could be done by this time next year, which we definitely hope isn't the case. But again, we would not be surprised if this is true, and if it is, hopefully Truth gets a world title run, even a short one, before WrestleMania next year. Now, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce took to social media this morning to make several announcements for tomorrow night's episode of Raw, with one of the announcements being that he is currently on vacation, meaning that he will be replaced on Raw tomorrow, with SmackDown GM Nick Aldis being Adam's temporary replacement, revealing, quote, "All right, everybody, Raw is live this week from beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin. Go Pack, Go and Bayley is back. Why did she jump on the man Becky Lynch last week? Tune in Monday night and find out. Plus, following her attack on the Hall of Famer Nikki Bella, Liv Morgan will both address her actions and be in action. It's Liv Morgan versus Kairi Sane one-on-one Monday night. Plus, don't forget we round out the first round of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. The final two Fatal 4-Ways take place live in Green Bay. And last piece of business, I'm on vacation. So your SmackDown GM, Tricky Nicholas, will be in the house. Cheeseheads, treat them right. And I'd be remiss this weekend if I didn't say to all the dads out there, from me and mine to you and yours, Happy Father's Day, and that is official. Now we hope Adam Pearce has a good vacation, and we want to wish all of you guys a happy Father's Day. Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.